electrifying spectacle has been prepared for you in today's edition, focusing on the Philadelphia Eagles. We appreciate you joining us as we explore the latest updates. Let's discuss two significant decisions that are approaching for the Eagles management. Additionally, we will analyze a comment made by an athlete regarding the offensive line. He was on a local radio station this morning, expressing his concerns about the lack of depth at this position. He also shared his thoughts on a player expected to take over the right guard position, leading us to an important piece of news that surfaced on Thursday, March 27th. The Eagles made a smart acquisition to strengthen their offensive line. The athlete voiced his concerns, and the management took the initiative, acknowledging the need to sign a player for this area. While I might be joking, he raised valid points, and I believe this signing will be beneficial for the city. On a related note, rumors coming from Boston have significantly diminished since the prospect of a trade involving a player for the Patriots cooled off. Before we dive deeper, it's worth mentioning that we hit our highest subscriber count in a single show this week, with 40 new followers as we discussed another acquisition for the offensive line, specifically the arrival of a player to the team. Let's aim to surpass that number today as I bring you the best Eagles content available. Now, regarding the important decisions the Philadelphia Eagles are facing, one of them has been discussed numerous times, while the other has yet to receive in-depth attention. I've briefly mentioned the topic, but now we'll explore it more thoroughly. It's clear that the future of a particular player remains uncertain. The Eagles have several alternatives to consider. They could trade him, release him, or extend his contract. And of course, when evaluating this player, there are several factors to take into account. Delving deeper into the analysis, the future of this player remains undefined. The Eagles have multiple options available. They could trade him, release him, or extend his contract. In making this evaluation, both strengths and weaknesses must be weighed. He is among the most prominent tight ends in the league, exhibiting exceptional skills as a receiver. His ability to gain yards after the catch is notable, making him difficult to tackle. In terms of style, he stands apart from another player who struggled to break tackles and gain yards after contact. This athlete also excels as an effective blocker, contributing significantly in both the passing and running games. Despite being absent for a considerable time during the playoffs, a particular player stood out in crucial games. He ranks second in franchise history for receiving yards in the playoffs, trailing only another player. Throughout the recent playoff run, he played a pivotal role, making key receptions that helped the team reach the Super Bowl. A defining moment of the season was his impressive catch of about 60 or 70 yards, a play that was essential in securing the victory. However, this player had to face challenges related to injuries throughout his career, having missed 15 games over the past 3 years since he was drafted. This absence, coupled with his value, raises concerns. With the approach of 31 years old next season and a cost of $1,800,000, his frequent absences are a major hurdle. If he returns to the team with a more advantageous contract, it could be a viable option, as long as the terms are fair. Looking at his performance over the past 4 years, it's clear that, while he is one of the highest-paid players at the position, his yardage performance has been inconsistent. In the 2024 season, he recorded fewer than 500 yards, while in 2023, he had under 600. In 2022, he surpassed 700, and in 2021, he exceeded 800, all while facing several absences. This inconsistency in both value and performance is indeed a troubling matter. In the 2024 season, his performance is below 500 yards, while in 2023, it was under 600. In 2022, he surpassed 700, and in 2021, he went over 800. However, he's facing losses, which is concerning, especially since Goedert earns $14,250,000, making him the fourth highest-paid tight end in the league, behind Travis Kelce, T.J. Hawkinson, and George Kittle. However, Goedert has not been able to match these players in terms of production most of the time. It's clear that he is ahead of David Njoku, Cole Kmet, Pat Freiermuth, Dalton Schultz, and Noah Fant, and the expectation is that if the team opts to keep him, it will be for a significantly lower salary than his current base salary, average annual value, and cap hit. Looking ahead to the 2025 season, the team needs to make a decision about Dallas Goedert's future, and in terms of the draft, this decision is crucial. They signed Harrison Bryant and Kylan Grandson, both tight ends, in free agency, and this year's tight end class is quite strong. Additionally, they were meeting with tight ends during the NFL Combine. So, looking at the situation, it seems like the team is considering parting ways with Goedert or at least preparing for that possibility. But what is the obstacle? If a trade doesn't happen, do they plan to release him? Regarding the other major decision, what will the team do with former first-round pick Jordan Davis and the impending fifth-year option? By May 1st, the team needs to define this situation, and it's important to note that the deadline is fast approaching. If they decide to exercise the option, it will ensure his 2026 salary at around $12 million, raising the question, is it really worth paying that amount to a player whose performance in 3 downs is uncertain? Last year, in 2024, he played only 37% of defensive snaps. Expected to be an excellent run blocker, but his evaluation in that area wasn't the best, according to the analyses. However, it's important to recognize that Jordan Davis showed considerable progress from 2023 to 2024. Even during the season, it was clear that, when watching him, he had found a new rhythm, gaining confidence and showing a remarkable performance. Although he is still not a fully developed player, which indicates room for improvement, the question that arises is whether it is worth keeping a player who participates in less than 40% of snaps while earning $12 million, especially with Milton Williams having a good contract. It's relevant to question whether Jordan Davis will get more time on the field in the future, which would make this investment more acceptable. The stats show an overall rating of 66.6, ranking 46th out of 219 interior defensive linemen, with a pass rush rating of 65 and a run defense rating of 58.3. He can and should improve in this area. Standing 6 feet 3 inches tall and weighing 340 pounds, he was expected to dominate games, but that expectation has not been met so far. His teammate, Jalen Carter, is also on a development trajectory. The defensive line coach recognized Jordan Davis's potential, stating that he is still far from being a finished product. Believing that players are fully developed in their second or third year in the league is a mistake as they continue to evolve. I believe there's room for Jordan Davis to improve, especially if he can maintain good physical shape, as the talent is there. However, the $12 million figure represents a significant weight on the fifth-year option. The question remains, should the team choose to exercise that option or let it pass? If they don't, the decision will be theirs. This year will be the final year of Jordan Davis's rookie contract. If you were with us in our programs yesterday and tuned into the live broadcast, you might have noticed that I was wearing an Eagles Super Bowl t-shirt with an athlete holding the Lombardi Trophy. There are several options for t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and jerseys available. Setting that aside, let's discuss the offensive line. I have a great appreciation for the players in the trenches. During an appearance on a radio show this morning, an athlete was asked about the Eagles' offensive line as we project the 2025 year, and he made some very relevant comments. He expressed the desire to see one player become a bit more consistent. While he has shown potential at times, there are situations where he loses balance or is overpowered by opponents. Even so, the athlete expressed confidence in this player and was pleased to have him on the roster as the season approaches. However, he raised concerns about the absence of 2 key players and the injuries that occurred during the Super Bowl. He is curious to see who will step up to fill the depth concerns. If this player takes the starting role, who will fill his spot? Is there a significant drop-off that could negatively affect the team's performance? It's entirely understandable to have these concerns, as depth issues along the offensive line are very real. This is especially true after losing one of the best guards in the league last year and the departure of a key backup. This situation leads to the belief that the team should select at least one player for the offensive line in the upcoming 2025 NFL Draft. Regarding the starters, the Eagles are in a privileged position. One player stands out as one of the best left tackles at the moment, while another has established himself among the top left guards. A third player is in the final year of his contract, and I believe the team will offer an extension, as he is among the best centers in football. The performance of a fourth player still raises some uncertainties, but we've already witnessed promising moments. Meanwhile, another player is recognized as the best right tackle in the league. Evaluating a player's performance on the offensive line can be tricky, especially when considering the metrics from a well-known analysis site. He should also receive an extension, as he is considered one of the best centers in football. A player's performance still raises some uncertainties, but we've seen promising moments. One player remains the best right tackle in the entire league. Sometimes, it can be difficult to assess how an offensive lineman performed when looking at ratings from an analysis site. I felt that he performed admirably in a key game, and in other opportunities when called upon, he did well. However, as mentioned, he needs to be more consistent. The analysis metrics aren't particularly impressive, with an overall rating of 46, a pass protection rating of 37, and a run blocking rating of 56. He has some positional versatility, having played a total of 122 snaps as a left guard and 173 as a right guard, allowing him to play both positions. In college, he played offensive tackle at a renowned institution. When chosen by the Eagles in the third round, he was assigned as a guard, believing that would be his future position. On the other hand, he didn't allow sacks and didn't have any quarterback hits. Regarding the depth of the Eagles' offensive line, they recently made a significant move, as reported by a prominent journalist, who for some unknown reason blocked me on social media. I'm not sure what I did to deserve that. He announced that a player is returning to the Eagles on a one-year contract. Last season, this player had a substitute for a teammate on another team who didn't perform well. His time there was challenging, but he started a total of 15 games and had a fairly satisfactory performance. He finished with an overall rating of 69, a pass protection rating of 78, and a run blocking rating of 65. Although he allowed 7 sacks and committed 7 penalties, he didn't have any quarterback hits. I believe he fits better in interior positions. At about 6 feet, 7 inches tall, and weighing 330 pounds, he tends to be a bit slow. When facing faster defenders, he can struggle. The same issue arises when he is isolated in the tackle position. The team is bringing in a player who was selected in 2018, has played in 27 games, and started 10 of them as a tackle and guard. He spent a few years on another team before being traded for a 6th-round pick. He had a year on another team and last season played on a third team, bringing a wealth of experience. He is an excellent addition to the scheme, as he represents the kind of player who excels in a specific offensive approach. He has played 10 games as a tackle and guard, had a stint with the team after being traded for a 6th-round pick, spent a year with another organization, and last year played in Chicago. With significant experience, he fits well in the scheme, excelling mostly in running plays in this offensive system. I believe he will perform better at run blocking than last season in Chicago, where he had a decent performance as a pass blocker. Some issues are being addressed with the arrival of a new athlete, who will sign a short-term contract with an affordable value. He can play both guard positions and, as an offensive tackle, is familiar with the organization and comes from a season in which he had a notable performance. Therefore, this is a modest addition, but one that could yield good results, as this athlete has started several games and built a solid career in the league. Additionally, earlier this week, another player was signed, one who stood out last year starting 7 games. The fact that they are bringing in these athletes with low investments is a positive sign. To clarify, all rumors about a potential trade involving a key player to another team can be dismissed, as that will not happen. It has been reiterated multiple times that this situation will not materialize. The team has just won a significant title and renewed this player's contract last season, along with another player. He is among the top 3 receivers in the league and has been essential to the offensive success since arriving in the city, as a result of a strategic trade made on draft night before the season began. He surpassed 1,000 receiving yards and is an exceptional athlete still in his prime. The team would never consider trading this player, even though those covering the other organization continue to speculate about a supposed good relationship, which has always seemed exaggerated. And what has the other team done recently? They offered a good value for a player who is recovering from an injury, indicating that he will be their primary receiver. They are investing in him, but they won't get our player, who remains here in the city. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The offseason just took a wild turn, and fans are buzzing with anticipation. In a move that has taken many by surprise, Marcus Williams, the seasoned cornerback with a career full of twists and turns, is now set to join the Philadelphia Eagles. A video of the announcement surfaced, and it's clear the Eagles are ready to add serious depth to their secondary. What does this mean for their Super Bowl aspirations? The clock is ticking, and fans can't stop speculating. Williams, who has seen his fair share of teams, including the Houston Texans, New York Jets, Arizona Cardinals, and Chicago Bears, is now part of a defense that looks to dominate the NFC. After stints that involve injuries and being cut, Williams has never stopped fighting to stay in the NFL. And now, in 2025, he's poised to make an impact on one of the league's most formidable defenses. But what makes this signing so intriguing? For the Eagles, this move could be a game-changer. With a need for veteran experience in their cornerback room, Williams brings both versatility and a wealth of knowledge. His time with teams like the New Orleans Saints and Tampa Bay Buccaneers has given him the grit to succeed under pressure. But can he thrive in Philadelphia's intense atmosphere? Fans are eager to find out. As the buzz continues to build, Williams' role with the Eagles remains a hot topic of debate. Will he step into a starting role immediately, or will he fight for his place on the depth chart? Regardless, his arrival adds a layer of excitement and mystery to a team already in Super Bowl contention. It's a storyline NFL fans won't be able to stop watching. Marcus Williams' journey through the NFL has shaped him into a resilient and determined player, qualities that could be a perfect fit for the Philadelphia Eagles. Known for his unyielding work ethic and leadership on and off the field, Williams brings a level of maturity and toughness that could serve as a catalyst for the Eagles' defensive unit. His ability to bounce back from adversity, having played with multiple teams and overcoming injuries, has instilled in him a mindset that could be invaluable in high-pressure situations, especially in the quest for a championship. Off the field, Williams is recognized for his quiet yet strong presence in the locker room. He's not the most vocal player, but his actions speak volumes. His experience in the league has given him a wealth of knowledge, and he's always willing to share it with younger teammates. This leadership by example could be crucial for a team like the Eagles, where the younger players could benefit from his insights, especially in critical moments during the playoffs and beyond. In terms of his on-field contributions, Williams' versatility could provide the Eagles with a significant advantage. His ability to play both inside and outside gives defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon multiple options for how to use him. With his veteran savvy and knack for reading the quarterback's eyes, Williams has the potential to make game-changing plays in clutch moments, whether it's breaking up a pass or making an interception in the fourth quarter of a close game. If the Eagles are to compete for a Super Bowl, having Williams in their corner could make all the difference. His competitive fire, paired with his extensive experience, can provide the Eagles with the stability and defensive prowess they need to secure important victories. Whether it's helping neutralize an elite wide receiver or providing that leadership spark in the locker room, Marcus Williams has the potential to be a key piece in the Eagles' title hopes for years to come. With training camp just around the corner, all eyes will be on Williams. Will he rise to the occasion, or will the pressures of the city of brotherly love prove to be too much? One thing's for sure. The drama surrounding the signing is only just beginning. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.